So if you want to know why it is you're seeing what's going on over there in Isis, Ra, El, if you can't figure out what's happening, or if you just don't care, but maybe it is that you might want to know if there's something you should have known. The word is where it's at. But on the 6th of October, this was published on the 5th, and I read it on the 6th. This article right here, if you would have been looking, and I'm not boasting in myself, I'm not saying that I had any insight about any of it that came from something that I did or my intelligence. No, that to the contrary, I saw what is going on over there in Isis Ra-El before it happened, because the Most High showed me in His Word. He gave it there for all of us. He showed you. Did you see it? Did you see this article when it happened? Let me read it to you. Codex Sassoon, oldest complete copy of the Bible, returns to Israel. The Codex Sassoon, the oldest complete copy of the Hebrew Bible, dating back over 1,000 years, arrived home in Israel on Thursday after a world tour following its auction at Sotheby's in May. The Codex will be shown in a permanent display at ANU, the Museum of the Jewish People in Tel Aviv. The ancient manuscript flew on an EI-AI passenger flight. Although it flew in a seat more prestigious than the first class, the cockpit, this was deemed the safest place for it on the plane upon landing. Captain Amos Aldag removed the Codex from its secure safe in the cockpit and carried it out to a warm reception on the tarmac. What exactly is a Codex, and why is it special? A codex, in the context of ancient text, is a book or manuscript that is copied and bound with text appearing on both sides of the page, the way a modern book is printed. Now, in Zechariah chapter 5, if you go read Zechariah chapter 5, you'll understand how significant that landing on the tarmac was. We read Isaiah 60, I think it was, earlier today, but you know what? This is all anyone should want to do, is to continue to read His Word and give Him all honor, all praise, and all glory. That should be everyone's agenda right now. Because I read that, because I was looking for the sign of the flying scroll, I seen, that sign. I've seen a lot of things since then. I mean, things that scholars have speculated on and wondered about for years and years and years, centuries. I've seen. The Most High has shown me in His Word, and I've seen it come to life, come to pass out here in the world. And you would too. And if you want to know any of it, if you want to know what the secret of the Most High is, if you want to know what the key of David is, if you want to know what Passover is all about, and why it's the way it is. And I mean, I could go on and on. The image of the beast, if you want to know what the image of the beast is, if you want to know what the beast is, if you want to know what the mark of the beast is, come, let's talk about it, and I'll show you in the Word exactly what all those things mean, plus way more than that. All that you could ask for. All the secrets and mysteries. Not all of them, but all kinds of secrets and mysteries that you've thought about before that are in the Bible. The Most High has revealed so much to me. And it's only because I've been hungry. My intelligence, good thing, has nothing to do with it. Because if it did, I wouldn't know any of it. But let Isaiah right here in 61, he'll tell you why it is I've seen these things and what it means, how significant it is, and where we are on the time scale here, where we are as far as the end of life as we know it. You'll see right here, chapter 61. The Spirit of the Master Yahuwah is upon me, because Yahuwah has anointed me to bring good news to the meek. He has sent me to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim release to the captives, and the opening of the prison to those who are bound. Now, this is Isaiah saying this, but listen to what he's saying. That is true. Right now, you can find release from the prison. The doors will open up to you, and you can come right on out. You ain't got to pay bail. You ain't got to wait for parole hearings, none of that. You can walk right out them doors and come to life everlasting. Everlasting. Proclaim release to the captives and the opening of the prison to those who are bound. To proclaim the acceptable year of Yahuwah and the day of vengeance of our mighty Most High, to comfort all who mourn. Do you want to know what the acceptable year is? You're going to find out. To appoint unto those who mourn in Sion, to give them embellishment for ashes, the oil of joy for mourning, the garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness, and they shall be called trees of righteousness, a planting of Yahuwah to be adorned. That's the year, the acceptable year. You see, the Most High kicked his children out of the set-apart land back in the day. And he gave them a specific punishment, a time. Like when you ground your child, you say you're grounded for 2 weeks. If you're a righteous, a just parent, you hold true to that 2 weeks. You don't budge. You don't bend. On the day that the 2 weeks is up, that's when the grounding is lifted. And that's what happened. We were expelled, exiled from our home, the children of the Most High. And how you can know what that acceptable year is, when we were exiled, none of his children who cared anything about him for real, returned to their inherited land. It would only be an acceptable year when the punishment was over and there were children of his who love him, who give him all esteem, when they return to their home and they're there and they're asking for him. They're asking for reunification. They're longing for the humiliation of their inherited land to end. They're asking for all sin, all debauchery to end. That's the acceptable year. To appoint unto those who mourn in Zion, to give embellishment for ashes, the oil of joy for mourning, the garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness, and they shall be called trees of righteousness, a planting of Yahuwah to be adorned, a planting. I can only speak for myself. He has planted me here, back in our inherited land. I've shown up, and here I am, and it could have only happened when the punishment, the grounding, ended. It couldn't happen on any of our terms. It can only happen on his terms. And they shall rebuild the old ruins, raise up the former waste, and they shall restore the ruined cities, the waste of many generations. And strangers shall stand and feed your flocks, and the sons of the foreigner be your plowmen and your vine dressers. That's what's been happening. That's what's going on right now. The world has allowed strangers to feed them. And them same strangers, the sons of the foreigner, to plow their fields and to dress their vines. But you shall be called priests of Yahuwah, servants of our mighty Most High, shall be said of you. You shall consume the strength of the nations and boast in their esteem. Instead of your shame and reproach, they rejoice a second time in their portion. Therefore they take possession a second time in their land. Everlasting joy is theirs. And it's the joy, it's unmeasurable. You can't measure it. Everything, the world has, they go to church twice on Sunday and once on Wednesday and on Shabbat, and they read and they have prayer meetings and they study and they have live streams and all these things. Everything they're searching for, it's right here. And the satisfaction, it's guaranteed, but it's beyond measure once you get here and you see the truth of your land. And you touch it, and you feel it, you taste it. It can't be measured. It makes me want to burst at the seams. For I, Yahuwah, love right ruling. I hate robbery for ascending offering. In 1948, and since then, the imposters, they went into someone else's house and robbed them of their land and of their whatever, their possessions, in order to give it to the Most High. Now, the founders, the people behind that whole idea, they're mainly secular, so they don't even acknowledge the Most High. But what's came from that is millions and millions of people have done that. They've accepted robbery. They've accepted robbery, whether they knew it or not. It was robbery, and they give it for an ascending offering. He hates it. And I shall give their reward in truth, and make an everlasting covenant with them. And their seed shall be known among the nations, and their offspring in the midst of the peoples. All who see them shall acknowledge them, that they are the seed Yahuwah has blessed. That seed over there, they're not acknowledged as that. They might be seen as that to the people, but they're not the seed. They're not the truth. Just think of the people who have passed, like David, Moses, Aaron, all them people. They know which place is which. They know who's who. So they see that. They're not acknowledging those people. They only acknowledge the ones who will be here, who are here, who return in truth. I greatly rejoice in Yahuwah. My being exalts in my mighty Most High, for he has put garments of delivery on me. He has covered me with the robe of righteousness, as a bridegroom decks himself out with ornaments, and as a bride adorns herself with her jewels. There you go. That's Abba winking at you. He's hinting at you what the marriage supper is, and who the bride and the bride, what it's all about. It's all about coming home. For as the earth brings forth its bud, as the garden causes the seed to shoot up, so the Master Yahuwah causes righteousness and praise to shoot up before all the nations. The garden causes the seed to shoot up. And remember, how many times have we went over? It says in his word, the Most High says that the garden will be reckoned as a forest. Reckoned as a forest. For Sion's sake, I am not silent, and for Jerusalem's sake I do not rest until her righteousness goes forth as brightness and her deliverance is a lamp that burns. That's why I can't be silent. I can't just sit back and just not shout for joy. This should be all of us believers should want to do. It should be the only thing we talk about. We should be on our face, giving all praise, all honor, all glory, and all esteem to Abba Yahuwah, the Most High, our wonderful Creator, our righteousness, and our set-apart land, our inheritance, what He has blessed us with. And the nations shall see your righteousness, and all sovereigns your esteem, and you shall be called by a new name which the mouth of Yahuwah designates. And you shall be a crown of comeliness in the hand of Yahuwah, and a royal headdress in the hand of your mighty Most High. No longer are you called forsaken, and no longer is your land called deserted. And just a fun fact, the land of Utah, it was originally known as the land of Desiree, and it still is. A lot of the stores are called the Desiree. You see that word every day, all over the billboards, everywhere. Desiree. But you shall be called Heshtabah, and your land married. For Yahuwah shall delight in you, and your land be married. For as a young man marries a maiden, so shall your sons marry you. And as the bridegroom rejoices over the bride, so your mighty Most High rejoices over you. You see? I have set watchmen on your walls, O Jerusalem, all the day and all the night continually, who are not silent. You who remember Yahuwah, give yourselves no rest. Then them watchmen, I guess you could say that I am, because I've been doing that. But who he's talking about here, it's Isaiah, it's Jeremiah, it's all the prophets who have told us about Jerusalem. They've told us about the humiliation of it, the hiding of it, the covering up of it, and the truth of it, and that we must return, all that. And that is the wedding supper in a nutshell. So if you remember it, don't give yourself no rest. Get on the highest mountain and shout as loud as you can. And give him no rest till he establishes, until he makes Jerusalem a praise in the earth. Yahuwah has sworn by his right hand and by the arm of his strength. No more do I give your grain to be food for your enemies, nor do sons of the foreigner drink your new wine for which you have labored. He says that he swore by his right hand and by the arm of his strength, the Messiah, Yahushua HaMashiach. He swore by him in the story of the Passover. And what it represents, what it means. It means for you to get your butt home, put the blood on the doorpost, eat all the lamb, have your sandals, your shoes strapped tight, suited and booted, baby, with your bags packed, and in the morning you ride. You get in the car, you pull it into low, and you stomp its guts out until you get there. That should be priority numero uno, and nothing else should matter to you. And whoever can't come to that acknowledgement is going to be destroyed. That's not my word. That's the Most High's word. Yahuwah has sworn by his right hand and by the arm of his strength. No more do I give your grain to be food for your enemies, nor do sons of the foreigner drink your new wine for which you have labored. But those gathering it shall eat it, and praise Yahuwah. Praise Yahuwah. Give him all the praise this day, my brothers and my sisters. And those collecting it shall drink it in my set-apart courts. That's what you're hearing. That's why I've gotten it. That's it. It's just because I came here. I didn't know that this was going to be. I didn't know it was here. I didn't know the ins and outs of it like I do now until I just put the car in drive and I came. I didn't know where I was going. I didn't know what I was driving to. But once I got here, I started to see it. Now my eyes have been opened up to it. He led me by his right hand. His gentle, smooth, strong and mighty right hand. And I'm thank Abba, all praise to him. I'm in his set apart courts, and that's how I've gotten this truth. Pass through the gates, prepare the way for the people, build up the highway, remove the stones, lift up a banner for the peoples. That's what I'm trying to do for y'all, because I love you. This ain't got nothing to do with me. Don't give me I don't want any esteem. I want that. The reason my channel is named All Esteem and All Honor is because it's about giving him all esteem and all honor. Give it to him. Praise him. Let the humming of your engine going down the highway, praise him. Let the sound of that sweet sound of that engine humming in the direction of Jerusalem, let it praise him. See, Yahuwah has proclaimed to the end of the earth, say to the daughter of Zion, see, your deliverance has come. See, his reward is with him and his work before him. That's that Passover. That's that journey, that picking up your stake, that highway. And they shall be called the set apart people, the redeemed of Yahuwah, and you shall be called sought out, a city not forsaken. Get in your car, my friends, my brothers and my sisters, my family, my loved ones. Don't wait. Don't hesitate. Don't let anything this world has to tell you deter you from doing it. Get in your car. Step on it. Get here fast and live. While you're doing it, give him all esteem this day. I love you. Shalom, shalom. Come home.